Alright, you got a bunch of Nintendo characters just standing around with disgruntled faces. Alright, we're gonna start a new save file just for you. I knew a guy on GameSpot back in the day who didn't like the fact that there was a bomb for the delete save file icon. It was too tempting for him, and doesn't Nintendo know that I have ADD or whatever? You can't tempt me with those things. So what do we got here? We got a ferry. And does this game take place in Los Angeles? Okay, I'm gonna put the magic crystals together and Wonder Twin powers activate. Yeah, see how we got a box within a box within a box? Cause I guess the N64 couldn't render these cutscenes at their full screen resolution. 240p would have been too demanding. So there goes Kirby. He starts off every level by going hike, like he's gonna do a cool football pass. Hike. It's just especially amusing how I said that right as he was running around with the creature in his mouth, and what an odd combination. So anyway, the gimmick of this one, because every Nintendo game has to stand out and do something different, is you can combine the copy abilities. We'll demonstrate that in a few minutes here. So right now we got fight. I guess we'll skip over that one. But we can do spike and then spike again to get a double spike, just like that, and you'll turn into Spike from Rugrats. Not really. You'll just turn into a pencil and a corkscrew and other things that went by too fast before I could see them. Not all enemies give out powers, as you probably knew, but if you spit them back out, sometimes they'll do cool things, like that purple bug you saw a moment ago lets you fly up into the air. The cutter one's kind of one of the worst abilities, because you can't fly while the cutter is extended. Don't try this at home, kids. Don't rip off your own face and throw it at somebody. Just sounds like something a totally insane person would do. It's like something G.G. Allen would have done. Well, maybe not. Not even he was that crazy. He wouldn't rip off his own face. I mean, good God. Okay. I miss G.G. Allen, even though he died before I was even born. But anyway, he made good music. Bite it, you scum! How did the rest of that song go? Is who be fucking up my fun? No one. Yeah, anyway, good stuff. Most of his music was actually pretty poorly recorded and poorly produced. It said exactly that on his Wikipedia article, but some of his songs were decent. Gosh, only I could look at this bright, cheery, colorful imagery and think of G.G. Allen of all things. Okay, we can blow open that black pyramid there to unveil the crystal inside. The crystals are essentially Mario 64 stars. They're the main collectible. Double bombs. You got a new power-up where you can nuke Hiroshima. No, that's not funny. That's horribly insensitive. That was a real thing that killed tens of thousands. So there you got the evil eyeball thing from Shadow the Hedgehog. This was his first career. Was harassing a bunch of Waddle Dees. And Kirby screaming at him from the distance. Hi-ya! Oh my God! He's got a horrible disability in which he's only got one eye, and Kirby hates the disabled, so the only natural response here is to just kill him. Let that be a lesson, kids. Be like Kirby, and if you see a disabled person, do everything in your power to subdue them, even if they're not harming you. So anyway, that was a Waddle Doo, and the hallmark of Waddle Doos versus Waddle Dees is that he has an energy beam that he can use, but he didn't do that in this fight for whatever reason. I guess we pushed him off too quickly. Oh well, I'm sure there's another Let's Play out there that has that. Gosh, what the hell kind of a channel is this where I'm just telling you to watch somebody else's Let's Play? So that was the bonus round at the end of every level where you can get items, but I'm not good at the game. Hike! I just love that. Hut, hut, hike! Blue 42! I'm gonna do that every single time. Probably not. Those guys over in the distance that look like those baby toys with the 3 rings, those give you the rock power-up. Fuck, no, get back here. Slipper, get back here! Okay, well, we ruined the whole thing. That guy lets you float down slowly, like you saw. As Patrick Star once said, with the hooks, you'll go up and up and up, and then you'll gently float down. So many good quotes came out of seasons 1 through 3 of SpongeBob. Nothing quotable ever happened beyond that. It's just a bunch of low effort. His toilet humor. Patrick make poo-poo. That's the essence of the new episodes, but who cares? So Kirby had a Japanese construction worker helmet. That's pretty cool, huh? Ooh, that dynamite has some range to it. It's a danger to ourselves and everyone around us. That's why you gotta put on the helmet. As comedian Ron White once said, Step 1, find a helmet. Step 2, put on the damn helmet. Of all the things that we could have quoted in this Kirby Let's Play, I keep referencing all like these tough guy things that have nothing to do with Kirby. Okay, here we got Spike and Electric at the same time, and you become a lightning rod, and then Kirby does blackface for a couple of frames. Shame on you, Kirby, that's not socially acceptable. Speaking of not being socially acceptable, did you guys ever play Clay Fighter 63 in the 3rd? It had a couple characters in it that would be kinda racist by today's standards. You can stand on the... Get over here. Get over here! You can stand on the Waddle Dee's head for laughs. Frack, shit, we can't go fast enough to keep up with him. And you can't fly infinitely. Excuse me. You can't fly infinitely in this one like you can in other Kirby games. I was a fool to stand on that Waddle Dee's head. Okay, this time we'll just do it the normal boring way. Just gonna stand here like a fool. I feel like I'm gonna get the hiccups pretty soon here. I can feel it coming in. That could potentially ruin this session. So you collect 100 of those guys that I'm currently picking up and you get a 1-up. That's kinda cool, I guess. We're gonna attack him with his own children. We're gonna pick him up and toss him right back in his stupid face. So anywho, did you guys hear about that Virtua Fighter thing they're doing in a couple of days? They're gonna have the home console port of Virtua Fighter 5. That's gonna be pretty cool. I'm a bit of a Sega fanboy, so I'm gonna try and jump on that as quickly as I can. Oh, here we got a cutscene. We got the joys of painting with Bob Ross. Over here, we're gonna paint some happy little trees. Remember, those of you watching at home, if you see a small crystal land right next to your art easel, you should pick it up and hand it to the black eyeball creature that is slowly easing its way out of your canvas. Now, these 3 gentlemen who've just walked into the scene here, they don't understand the joys of painting, so we're gonna demonstrate it for them. Okay, so this boss battle is pretty straightforward. You just fight whatever he sends at you. I like how his drawings are in a different art style than the rest of the game. Yeah, those guys don't make you fly upward like the normal bugs do. It's kinda interesting that they took the time to program that in. I don't know what that's supposed to be. That's not an edit, by the way. That's actually in the game. Some filthy-minded Nintendo programmer put something like that in wholesome, humble Kirby games, or whatever. So anywho, so at the time of recording, tomorrow is going to be the Sonic 30th anniversary live stream where they're going to announce a bunch of cool stuff, and right now it remains to be seen what it is, so I guess I'll try to predict, what the new Sonic thing's going to be. There's rumors there's going to be a Sonic collection. So, my guess is that the Sonic collection is going to have like a bunch of the Sonic games that are not yet available on modern platforms, like Knuckles Chaotix and Sonic R and that arcade game with the trackball maybe, and the Sonic Advance games, and that's my prediction for tomorrow. You can come back and watch this later and see if I was right. I mean, I probably won't be. It'd be really cool if they did that, but don't get your hopes up. Gosh, single eyeball creatures are really just the recurring theme of this game here. And now we're gonna have to do that whole thing again. Pathetic. So yeah, I've had this game for a long time. If I could divide my N64, what's what I'm looking for, a collection up into two categories, a part of it would be N64 games that I actually had as a kid, and the other part would be N64 games that I bought as an adult, either used on Amazon or through a flash cart, and this one fell into the games I had as a kid category. I had 7 N64 games as a lad. There was this, there was Paper Mario, there was Smash Bros, there was Donkey Kong Country, there was Star Fox 64, there was Pokemon Puzzle League, and Pokemon Stadium 2. I think that was all of them. And despite having only those games, I managed to have a grand old time with my N64. I had the best possible selections you could have as a kid back then. Because, at that age, you only get like 2 games a year. You can't just buy them yourself. You only get them for Christmas and birthdays. And if you were to ask your parents for a new game outside of those two dates, they just blow you off. And yeah, whatever. Yep-a-rooney. I'm glad I didn't end up with any crappy N64 games as a kid, because, again, you got so few of them that if you did have a bad one, it would really sting. Kinda surprising I didn't have Mario 64, Ocarina, or Banjo, and yet I still managed to have a good time. Now he's gonna attack us personally. He went down in one hit. Just like that hobo in Yakuza Like a Dragon. There was that side mission where there was a hobo who was collecting a bunch of trash, and he got violent and tried to punch you, and then when you tried to fight him, he just went down in one hit. You just smashed his head in with a spiked baseball bat, and that was that. He didn't stand a chance. The power you possess is incredible. He doesn't stand a chance. You're a real OG if you know what that one's from. We're getting into some obscure gaming references. So I've missed the bonus level thing 2 out of 2 times thus far, but maybe things will be different next episode. Who knows?